Adin Ross. This dude is on a collision course with Crips and a crushed cranium if he don't calm all that down. I'm in the middle of moving. I'm not even set up yet. I got so much to do, but this ticked me off so much that I had to pause everything to make a video about this. After hearing Adin calling Doechii dirty, a B. Now, talentless is an opinion, a bad one, but it's an opinion. If you are on code as a black person, then your spirit should get vexed about stuff like this. Adin Ross is essentially shaking a pop can, thinking that because the lid is sealed, he's protected from getting popped. See, the reason why he's that arrogant is because his money and access to high means of protection is the only context where he can let his nuts hang. Here's what I think Adin Ross runs the risk of. See, what Adin Ross doesn't understand is how black people will crash out if you corner us and attempt to humiliate us, especially as a white man. And yes, I say us because you're talking about one of our people. It wasn't even an attempt for Adin Ross to avoid some of the most common and blatant derogatory statements towards black people. Dirty? Are you for real? Unintelligent? Are you for real? What does her hygiene or intellect have to do with your opinion of her music or anything? You extra as hell. Ain't no excuses to be made for you, dog. Don't you know that disrespect is worse than death to a lot of black people coming from a white man? You know how many people had to die for respect and what they've been through to not endure or tolerate any of that type of talk or behavior from the likes of you? And you thinking people not willing to crash out about it? Say what you say about black on black violence, whatever, that don't got nothing to do with this. Especially because of people willing to crash out about that. Where you think you fall in the equation? See, you knocking on the door where you don't want to find out who's home. Because watch this, if Adin don't want to stand on his own 10, Adin just gonna watch what happens to the others around him, like Glasses was saying. And I'm not saying that that's gonna happen. That's where it looks like it's leading to, because I don't see Adin stopping. And he feels like he's super insulated and that Wack 100 speaking on his behalf is gonna just like stop stuff. Wack can only do so much. And really, I hate how he tried to stop us from responding a certain way. And I say us, not that I'm affiliated with any of that gang, street, none of that. I am a civilian. I'm talking strictly from the standpoint of defending blackness, encroaching. Once you start calling a black woman those types of names out loud, outside, that's a problem. I don't care if you think her music is trash. I don't care if you think it's bad. I don't care if you critique what she has on. I don't care how you feel about her with that umbrella incident when she was yelling at her staff. I ain't telling nobody to make excuses for nothing, but this what you not gonna do without a consequence. Once stuff starts happening to people around him, just like Glasses was saying, then Adin is naturally gonna double, triple, quadruple down. And it's gonna look real wild, real selfish. He not gonna do nothing to defend or protect or to speak up on the behalf of anybody that's getting touched or whatever. Because he invincible, remember? He gonna double, triple down. He ain't taking nothing back. He not stopping nothing. He got Wack 100 in his pocket. But then whoever's around him gonna see that and know that they could be next. And ain't no black people trying to be a outside mascot defending Adin Ross. You might as well put a target on your back after that. But at the same time, they're gonna realize how they're being used by Adin and disposed of, not cared about. And that's how you start to get sold out by the people around you. That's how people start to set you up from the inside. And that's how people start extorting you, and it's gonna be real expensive for you to keep people around you. And I don't care if you got unlimited amounts of money. The gag is you just gonna have to keep coughing it up. And your pride eventually is gonna have you pull back. But you're gonna realize that when you do that, it ain't no protection around you, my guy. Black people been at war with the government, been at war with the police, been at war with the FBI, the DEA, the CIA. Either way, people willing to die about it. But are you, Adin? It's gonna get real expensive for you to keep showing your behind like that. And eventually, you gonna get picked clean like buzzard food. It's 2026. The internet has literally witnessed all types of people in high places get humbled beyond repair. Look at Drake. You ain't learned from your boy? You doing this post Cat Williams Shay Shay episode. I can tell he don't have a sense of awareness. He doesn't have a pulse on our culture at all. And I'm gonna get to that in a second too. I really need to pack this out. So sit tight, go get a snack. Do you have no awareness of where we're at in society right now? I know you don't. Because your synthetic genetics is connected to the people that you feel insulated by. That's the same arrogance that Drake has. And in today's current climate, the frequency of truth and the hunger to find it is high. But arrogance insulates itself from wisdom. I'll give y'all an example. One of the only things that's worse than getting smacked is it happening in front of everybody at school. And then what's worse than that is either you come to school the next day and you're a spectacle and you have no control of people's perception of you. A lot of times people can't handle that. But if you stay home from school, people know why. And you're gonna get caught out. They're gonna call you a punk. They're gonna say you soft. Where's all that tough talk? Why don't you stand on 10? Because if you don't show up, everybody knows why. And when you do, everybody looking at you. I don't care how enjoyable Drake's music can be to some people. No matter what, people will never be able to shake what he had to experience by the hands of Kendrick, by the hands of this embarrassing lawsuit, by the hands of this current RICO lawsuit that he's under with Adin. We gonna get to that too. You ain't learned nothing from Drake? That boy is a case study. The way Adin talks about Doechii is as reckless as 6ix9ine used to talk about rival gangs. Funny enough, Adin been hanging with 6ix9ine. But even 6ix9ine was like, damn, what Doechii do to you? I can tell his disposition was like, she must have been on some foul stuff for you to be pressing like this. The way she got you turned up. And Doechii ain't even really saying nothing to him. She didn't even address him by name in the song, and it was such a like, to all the haters type of vibe. Adin jumped outside hating on Doechii when she had that umbrella incident at New York Fashion Week or whatever, and she was yelling at her staff to keep her outfit covered. Not the best looking moment. I didn't think it was a good look either. But he took that opportunity to disrespect her in a way that immediately signaled. I don't care what nobody say, immediately signaled racist. Bruh, as dumb as 6ix9ine's whole situation is to me, he went to jail in front of the world and snitched in front of the world, and for a little bit walked around untouched. And don't forget what around 6ix9ine ended up getting touched. His girl, his pockets, some loved ones. Even 6ix9ine had a point about street culture being contradictory. I don't promote any of that. I think the street culture that Young Thug, 21 Savage, and all these rappers be promoting and not actually living by but wanting to benefit from is trash. But you still not gonna disrespect people, right or wrong, without the probability of consequences coming your way. 6ix9ine stood on 10. Y'all remember what happened to him? How he got jumped in the bathroom at that gym? The many things that happened to him. Adin can't take 2% of what 6ix9ine was willing to go through, and he still came out talking stuff. I can at least, I don't want to say respect that, but I can understand, like, you really believe what you saying to where he willing to go out about it. Are you Adin? You ain't cut like that, Adin, and you will fold like that famous Montgomery Broad chair that has now been immortalized and memorialized. You ready? It's gonna be like that Black Mirror episode of the White Bear where that girl had to wake up and live the same day over and over and over again for her prison sentence. I imagine that's what it's like for Drake. Oh, the internet will make it possible. And then are you gonna show up to school? You gonna keep coming on these live streams with that same energy again, or you gonna go home? You gonna stay home? Boy, 2026 is off. I can't end this video without mentioning just how talented Doechii actually is. And I've been aware of Doechii since like 2018. She's tried all types of genre blends, heard her on Isaiah Rashad features. She's truly talented. You don't gotta like a person that's talented. I'll never force that on nobody. And when you get her story and roots, if you watch her interviews, you can respect her rawness and her realness. Shawty hustled for where she's at right now. She went to The Voice, thought that she was gonna make it in, didn't make it in, and had to sleep at McDonald's. Ain't had no money. You don't know what it's like to have that Adin talking about, I'm not an industry plant. I streamed on 2K for years. Yeah, but you ain't struggled, my guy. Her rawness and realness and her struggle is why she can have a space in this culture. People that came along with the industry plant rumors had no context of Doechii before anxiety and couldn't understand the blow up. Go take that energy to Ice Spice. Doechii actually got bars. Like, for real. Whatever people feel about her from anything that she's done to piss anybody off does not take away her real talent. She's a black woman with charisma, with the flow and relatability that most people that want to pop off try and emulate, but they can't capture it. Her side quest vids be so normal, laid back, and stripped back as hell. I be keeping up. Doc co-signed her. As much as the industry has muddied the waters on what real influence is, one thing that predates the industry is hip hop. And in hip hop, real recognize real. And real ones know if you unfamiliar. Period. It's a frequency, it's a way of life. The seasoning, the culture that's in how we connect and express as black people from the context of this country, America, is the reason why we can be of one mind and culture when it comes to how we connect, how we express, how black people have this familial frequency, and people of other races always get to asking, are y'all related? Is that your cousin? And we like, bruh. And it's funny to hear white people say, yeah, we don't have that. Or that's a stranger to me. Now don't get me wrong. It ain't like automatically we just clicking up and we just cool with anybody letting them in your house and all that type of vibe. But let's say I'm out in public and I see another brother. I'm like, hey, what's good, man? How you doing? What's understood don't need to be explained. It's a connection. It's a vibe. It's a frequency. Real, recognize real. It's a soul thing. I can't necessarily explain it to people that don't got it. But for my black people, you know what I'm talking about. Mr. Adin, your arrogance gonna lift this situation to the highest of nigga trees. And an OG, a black OG, on some J Prince, gonna come see about you. Let the stench of what he's doing keep lifting up. It's in the streets right now, which is bad enough. You got a lot of people that's willing to crash out for less. You don't think that there's somebody that want to have their name attached to pressing Adin Ross? It's people of principle out here willing to stand, but it's also people willing to crash out even for the clout. Streets don't make no sense all the time. It's certain rules and ways to move and how people do and what you don't do and whatnot, but there's also the foolery of the streets too. Like the YNs that ain't reined in and don't got, what Kendrick say? Why you talking tough on IG Live? You know my young niggas off they rocker. Peekaboo. Is that what you ready for? I got my money on 2026. Adin, what you need to be doing is yelling at steak, because that's what you really should be worried about. Talking about take care of your kids and you probably got baby mamas. Racky? Take care of your case. Matter of fact, your son named Rico. Go take care of baby Rico. Go check on him. He crying right now. While you over here in everybody's face. That's all I got to say. You can let me know your thoughts. Psh, boy.